Hi, my name is Peder Eide, and I am a singer-songwriter from Minneapolis, Minnesota, and we are excited to announce the release of a brand new Christmas CD for us called Perfect Surprise. And I wanted to personally introduce you to one of the songs that we wrote on the record. It's a song called Why Wouldn't I? And it's from something that changed the life of our family, and it's called adoption. When we had our first 3 biological children, we found ourselves in a point where medically it wasn't good to be having children anymore. And so we thought we were done. And one day, as my wife is sitting at the table and we're having a meal, she would look around the table and she'd say, "I have this feeling that not everybody's here yet." Now, of course, I was going 1, 2, 3, yeah, everybody's here. But she would say, "I don't think so." And then we started to have these conversations about adoption. And that was pretty intimidating for me because adoption is, it's expensive, it's not very convenient, and, it's bringing in a child that's not one of our own. And what is that like? What does that mean? And it was really heart-wrenching and even a bit of anxiety-producing. And I really started to honestly just ask God and go, "God, I don't know what to do with this. How am I supposed to handle this? Is this for me? Is this for my family?" And it was actually where I was ready to actually go and say, "Okay, all right, I'll go for this." And I went to visit a friend just to pick up a few items that they had borrowed, and she handed me a bag of clothes, of little girl clothes that they had borrowed since they had just had a newborn. And she said, "Hey, here's some clothes for you." And I said, "What am I going to do with these?" And she had no idea that Sherry and I had even been considering this process about adoption. And she looks at me and goes, "Oh, I don't know." She goes, "You never know, you could adopt." And I really felt like God was trying to grab my attention to say, "I'm in this. If you go for it, I'm in it." And so we did. And from that point, I told my wife, and we made the process, and we went through all the paperwork, and it wasn't easy. But we had Mackenzie, and we adopted her from Korea. And we weren't even able to stop there. From that point, we even got to another one last summer, and we brought home to our house to Shome, and he's from Ethiopia. And so now I have this multicultural family, but it's so much fun, and it is such a blessing. You see, the bottom line is I couldn't think of a good reason. I couldn't think of a good excuse. All my ideas that I came up with were selfish. They're all about me and things I wanted to do when I retired or did the easy life or whatever it might be. The bottom line is we have room in our house, we have extra food, and we have a lot of love. And so I found myself saying, "Why wouldn't I?" So as you listen to this song, it was written as a story, but written with the one phrase, that when it comes to adopting and it comes to even helping orphans in any such matter, why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I do this? I hope you enjoy the song, and I hope you find it to be inspiring and even a little challenging and encouraging. Thanks.
He's a tender boy, only 10 years old, 7 blessed years, he's been a son to me. It's a snowy day in the minivan, with my little man out to find a Christmas tree. They're playing Silver Bells on the radio. Dad, he says, "There's something I've wanted to know. Could you explain why you adopted me?" And I said, "Why wouldn't I travel so far to where you are to call you my own? Why wouldn't I, when you were so lost, nameless and all alone? When I saw your face, when I heard your cry, when I held you in my arms, I said to myself, why wouldn't I?" Now he's 31, such a handsome handsome man, and he found his love, and they have a family. And the holidays have brought them home. I hold a card that my boy just gave to me. A little orphan girl in a photograph. It says I'll be home soon. With tears I'm starting to laugh. And he says, Dad, when she asks me why, someday I'll say, why wouldn't I travel so far to where you are, to call you my own? Why wouldn't I, when you were so lost, nameless and all alone? When I saw your face, when I heard your cry, when I held you in my arms, I said to myself, why wouldn't I? All of us were orphans too, till in our darkness love broke through. So give us, Lord, a heart to break, for all the little ones who ache, for someone to hold them, someone to love them, someone to say, why wouldn't I travel so far to where you are, to call you my own? Why wouldn't I, when you were so lost, nameless and all alone? When I saw your face, when I heard your cry, when I held you in my arms, I said to myself, why